All right, everyone. So we've got another video here from Seth the Programmer, and this one is going to be talking about Black Frieza, or more specifically, how strong is Black Frieza? Now, if you don't know, or if you're not caught up with the Dragonball Super manga, then obviously this is not going to be the video for you, because there's obviously going to be spoilers for the latest chapter of the manga, at least as of the recording of this video, Dragonball Super Chapter 87. So you might not want to watch this video if you at the very least do not want anything else about the manga spoiled for you. I mean, the video title alone should probably have clued you in as to what happened in the most recent chapter. But if you don't want anything else about what happened spoiled for you, then you might want to click off right now before you continue with the video. So when it comes to this new form, I gotta be honest, I still don't know how I really feel about it. I mean, the form, I guess, looks okay. I don't really have any problem with it aesthetically. I think it looks fine. I don't know where Toyotaro or Toriyama are gonna take this, or I don't know what they're gonna do with the character in the future. I've seen some people theorize that maybe Frieza is gonna be the villain of the next arc in the manga. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I've honestly gotten to a point where I'm not really trying to predict what happens in the Dragon Ball Super manga, because it just feels like anything could happen at this point. Probably better not to try and guess what's going to happen, because I feel like Dragon Ball is at a place where they're just going to honestly just do whatever comes to mind. They're just going to do it, and what a lot of us thought they would never do in the past, they're doing right now. Like, I think a lot of people never thought that Frieza was going to come back, and yet here he is. They thought that after he died again in Resurrection F, he was never going to come back, and he came back in the TOP, and they thought maybe he was going to go back to being dead, but he was brought back to life for some reason. And instead of killing him off in the Broly movie, they decided to let him live, and well, now look what happened. So yeah, I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm not going to try and predict what they're going to do next. It's whatever happens, happens. Now, when it comes to this form, I mean, we have a good idea as to just how strong he actually is, because in the latest chapter, chapter 87, he just completely one-shot both Goku and Vegeta, and they were in their true Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego forms, which we saw throughout the chapter just how strong they actually are. And then in comes Frieza, and he just completely destroys them, like one-shots them, wasn't even trying, which is honestly kind of scary when you think about it. And it's revealed that he was training in the Room of Spirit and Time for like 10 years, which, if you remember in Resurrection F, it's revealed that he only trained for like 4 months, and look how strong he got. Imagine how strong he is now with like 10 years of training. It's honestly crazy. But let's not, delay this any further. Let's get to the video. But before we do, guys, as always, like, share, subscribe, and comment down below with your thoughts. And if you have any recommendations, any videos you want me to watch that you want me to, react to, give my thoughts on, just let me know about them in the comment section down below. And make sure to check out the description for links to this video as well as Seth's channel, so you can head on over there, subscribe to him, and go show him some support. So let's go ahead and watch this video.
Dragon Ball has always been a series full of some of the coldest villains I've ever seen in fiction. Kid Buu killing everyone on Earth and then chasing them to the afterlife just to do it again. Super Buu raising one hand and killing all of humanity in one attack because Piccolo told him to waste some time on killing humans to buy Gotenks moments to prepare. Raditz coming to Earth to try and recruit his brother to his gang and willing to kill him and everyone he loves if he doesn't. Moro killing every Namekian warrior, fusing together without even ever seeing what he looked like. Broly walking through the main character's strongest attack, or how Goku Black laughed about murdering Goku's whole...
Sorry, it's just I just want to talk about something real quick. But I remember when this chapter came out, and I remember when I saw this, and it is actually pretty brutal when you think about it. But the thing that bothered me wasn't how how bloody this is, or how how violent this looks, which is again one thing that I do appreciate about the Dragon Ball Super manga, is that you get to see things that you are probably never going to see in the anime. I mean, who knows, maybe we will, we don't know. I don't think we will, honestly. Um, but the thing that always bothered me about this is his arm. Like, look at his arm and how he's doing this. Like, I remember when I saw this, like, everyone was freaking out about how, you know, how he impaled him, all the blood and everything. But for me, the only thing I could focus on is how his arm is drawn here. Like this, I'm not lying. When I saw this, it actually kind of hurt my shoulder because I'm thinking about it, like, how the hell is he? Like, that's not how. Like, arms don't work this way. And then I remembered, oh yeah, he's not human, he's an alien, so maybe his like physiology can do things we can't. But I'm not gonna lie, like this always did kind of bother me. Like maybe if his torso here was like turned around just a little bit, then you know, like maybe if it was turned around a little bit to his left, and then he did this, it would make a lot more sense, at least to me, because you know we have, even if you're not an expert, we all have like at least an idea of how, you know, human anatomy works. And seeing anything, even in media, even with a character that isn't human, do something that we know isn't like physically possible for us, it kind of like registers in our brain as being a little bit odd. You know, it's kind of like the you know, the whole thing with the uncanny valley where something is made to look realistic, but there's a part of your brain that's looking at it and it's like it recognizes that there's something off about this. It's like that's kind of the same thing that I got when I saw this. And you know what, this honestly isn't new. It's not just with Moro. Like there have been multiple, and I think other people have also pointed this out, there have been multiple instances in the manga where the way Toyotaro would draw the characters, how they, you know, would extend limbs, just feels unnatural. You know, it's sorry, just the second I saw that, I just want to talk about it real quick.
Broly walking through the main character's strongest attack, or how Goku Black laughed about murdering Goku's whole family just to get the hands from him. Frieza is no exception, with him killing Vegeta while he gave a sad speech about how Frieza killed their whole race and then pretty much just laughed about it, coming back from losing to Goku as Mecha Frieza to immediately throw hands again, only to come back from hell and train with the sole purpose of slapping around Goku again. Then, when he did die again, he just sat in hell, literally imagining killing Goku from the grave so much, it actually made him stronger. It's safe to say that most Dragon Ball villains make even psychos like Naruto's Zabuza, One Piece's Doflamingo, or even Bleach's Aizen look pretty sane. But what Frieza did in this last chapter of Super is honestly a different tier altogether. Frieza came into Granola and Gas's arc, one-shot every single person in it, murdered all the main villains in one attack, one-shot Goku and Vegeta.
Sorry, but this is just something else I want to point out real quick is hold on. If you look here,
person in it murdered all the main.
Oh shit, it went by kind of quick. Hold on, let's see if I can bring it up. Yeah, if you look here real quick, you can see he actually does transform into Black Frieza for a second.
Murdered all the main.
Yeah, see, oh, I probably should have just shown this. It's a lot clearer. Oh, hold on.
Main villain.
Yeah, if you see right here, yeah, you can see he did transform into Black Frieza for like a second and then immediately decided to revert back. Or who knows, maybe he didn't, but I mean, yeah, no, it does look like he did transform and then immediately transformed back into his final form, which is, I mean, it's actually pretty impressive. But just in case, if he was in his regular final form when he killed Gas, then dude, Frieza, even before transforming into Black Frieza or even Golden Frieza, was already like above Goku and Vegeta in terms of power, because they were having trouble against this version of Gas even in True UI and Ultra Ego. As you can see, like Vegeta's in Ultra Ego, Goku's in True UI. When they were fighting him and they were having trouble against him, and yet Frieza comes in and just one-shots him. Again, if he really was in his final form right here, and this isn't just you know, like Toyotaro telling us that he did transform into Black Frieza, which is how he was able to one-shot Gas, and if he really was in his final form, then dude, Frieza is crazy strong at this point.
In one attack, one-shot Goku and Vegeta that just spent a whole arc getting powers that surpass what made every god of destruction and lords of their universes stand up in admiration, then laughed at them about it, then took two of the main villain's henchmen as his personal butlers, and then left after making someone else's arc his. This is the equivalent of Aizen coming back in Bleach, and instead of helping Ichigo defeat Yuha, he just one-shot him, then one-shot Ichigo, and then just got back into his chair.
I think a lot of people would have actually preferred that, if I'm being honest. I think there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of Bleach fans who like believed that Aizen was going to be the one true final villain of the arc. And you know, when that didn't happen, I think, you know, they were kind of disappointed. I mean, I can understand why. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like Yuabak for me was not really all that interesting as a villain. I don't hate the character, it's just I don't really find him all that interesting. And maybe it has something to do with the fact that Kubo had to like cut out a lot of the things that he like wanted to do, because, you know, his health wasn't good when he was writing the arc, so he had to like speed through a lot of the things that he wanted to do but couldn't, because like I said, his health wasn't the best. So who knows, maybe with the upcoming anime they'll actually make Yuabak more interesting, and hopefully, well, I think this one might still stay the same. I don't think this is going to change, but I hope that he doesn't just become like this like uber powerful omnipotent, and I'm using omnipotent in quotations, like omnipotent you know, being that can just stand there and just no need to do anything, and kind of makes the fight boring, in all honesty. Again, I don't know, we'll see. I mean, it's actually coming out pretty soon, the anime, and we'll find out then when it eventually gets released.
Frieza embodies a whole different level of hatred and pettiness that many characters can only ever dream of having. So in this video, I wanted to go over the Emperor of Hate himself, Black Frieza, and just how strong he got from training for 10 years straight to whoop Goku's ass. So obviously, this video is going to mainly be sort of more of a hypothesis rather than a factual one. But you guys usually like these types, so I thought I'd have fun with it. We will learn Frieza's true limits and place on the pecking order more in the future, blah blah blah. But for now, it's safe to say we probably won't know for a very long time, so let's go over it just for the fun of it. For those that used to scale Dragon Ball back in the day, you heard that right. The current Frieza straight up jumped in a hyperbolic time chamber on some betrayed and trapped in a time chamber type video energy, and basically got a GT time skip of just straight hardcore training as Frieza. Frieza is the guy who went from being weaker than Super Saiyan 1 Goku on Namek to being stronger than Goku with 17 years of training, Super Saiyan 2, 3, Super Saiyan God that almost blasted apart reality, and that Super Saiyan God form stacking Super Saiyan literally on top of it after training with a God of Destruction and an Angel in just 4 months. Yeah, and now he just dropped 10 years. You can kind of see how this is going to get a little crazy.
It's
even before this 10-year training, we sort of have to
it's honestly crazy. And sorry, I don't want to talk over the video, but that's honestly for me one of the things that I kind of didn't really like about Resurrection F, where all it took was 4 months for Frieza to completely leapfrog the rest of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. It's just it felt a little, I don't know, it felt a little much. And I know that excuse me, you know, people, you know, say that, well, he's like deemed to be a prodigy, and you know, usually when prodigies train, it takes them a shorter amount of time to get to a certain place than it would take, you know, someone else. But honestly, that's a little hard to buy, because like Dragon Ball has a bunch of characters now who are prodigies. So I don't understand why for Frieza alone it took such a short amount of time, and yet for Goku and Vegeta, who are prodigies, Vegeta himself, you know, being an elite and whatever, and Goku being like, I mean, his actions kind of prove, or his actions speak for themselves, but it just always seemed a little off to me that he was able to get so strong so quickly. You know, I mean, hell, even Gohan, who is, God knows how many times it's been stated that he's got more talent and potential for this than everyone, still needed a while before he could get to where he was. It's just, I don't know. Again, like it's just it's getting to the point where it's honestly a little bit hard to accept, or at least, if I'm being honest, it was like I remember for a while now it was hard for me to accept what was being shown to us as Super, but I think I'm at a point now where I'm like, all right, I mean, you know what, sure, why not, why not. But that's just me. If you guys feel differently, I understand. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments, as always.
Further increases from Revival of F that didn't involve this. Examples being Frieza after dying and imagining beating Goku in the afterlife with image training actually is his equal as a Super Saiyan Blue, even though Goku had just gone through all of the Universe 6 arc and Goku Black arc and years of training in his own time chamber before Universe 6, where he obviously got many power-ups. The most notable increase Goku got from those arcs that is pretty objective is that Goku went from fighting and arguably losing to Hit with Blue Kaioken times 10 to actually trying with a stronger and more haxed able to kill Hit in just base Blue, showing that he got over 10 times stronger from the Goku Black arc alone. This is of course ignoring the potential fusion level increase he got from breaking his limits versus Fuse Zamasu. I went over this argument in my How Strong is Goku video, but basically Goku, after getting beat around a little, is able to seriously damage a fusion amped Goku Black Zamasu fusion in pretty short succession. Many people have different excuses or reasonings for this, but if you accept this, then Frieza pretty much got a fusion level increase of his own by the time he's revived for the Tournament of Power. But at the bare minimum, he is at least over 10 times stronger than Revival of F, just by image training and not being able to move. That alone should also speak to his potential that many people don't really seem to notice or account for. However, this potential is actually potentially further shown in the Tournament of Power, where he probably gets even more powerful. During the Tournament of Power, Frieza is considered either second to Goku or around Goku's level, who by this point can use Kaioken times 20. Some argue about whether the guide that actually compares them is just referring to Blue Goku rather than Kaioken, but you get the idea. By the end of the Tournament of Power, Goku and Vegeta surpass Kefla in their second battle with Jiren, fighting a power stronger than they've ever felt before, as stated by Vegeta Blue when he first faces Jiren actually. Stronger than probably even Fuse Zamasu, Blue Vegito potentially, and Ultra Instinct Omen's second release.
Yeah, so sorry, I just wanted to talk about that for a second.
Vegeta Blue when he first faces Jiren actually.
Yeah, so Vegeta has the statement where I've never kind of energy as strong and heavy as this when he's I think if I remember correctly, yeah, he was talking about Jiren, because yeah, this also runs contradictory with what happens in the movie where they have Vegeta outright state that Jiren's power wasn't really all that far off from theirs, which is just yeah, that didn't really make a lot of sense, and probably tells you that, you know, maybe because the script is, I think the screenplay was written by Toriyama if I remember correctly. But yeah, it probably tells you that either Toriyama doesn't really pay attention to what happens in the Dragon Ball Super anime, or maybe he just forgot about it, which is kind of normal for him. Like, he tends to forget some of the things that he's, well, I don't know if he's technically written. I don't think he actually writes the scripts for the episodes. Obviously, I think he just comes up with a basic story, and then Toyotaro and the anime staff adapts it into an actual, you know, story. You know, Toyotaro for the manga and the anime staff, or Toei for, you know, the Dragon Ball Super anime. But with the movie, I think that's him. Like, he's the one who writes out the story, and they take it and turn it into a movie. But yeah, it's I'm still not a fan of that line, if I'm being honest.
Stronger than probably even Fuse Zamasu, Blue Vegito potentially, and Ultra Instinct Omen's second release. Then Vegeta, after thinking he took down or hurt a fighter on this level with his final flash, then gains Blue Evolution, which is sort of like his version of Kaioken times 20, and fights a God of Destruction powered Toppo. Frieza too takes blows from Toppo, albeit he can't kill him, and Frieza eventually even fights alongside Android 17 and Goku against a fatigued Jiren and win the Tournament of Power. If you think Android 17 doesn't get weaker no matter what due to infinite stamina or blah blah blah, he was able to take blows meant for Kaioken times 20 Goku and Evolution Vegeta. It could easily imply Frieza got to at least near this level as well, or perhaps even surpassed it by the end of the Tournament of Power. This is of course being charitable, and if this is true, Frieza easily grows hundreds to thousands of times stronger than he already was in just 48 minutes of harsh and limit-breaking fights. This may seem like a highball at first, but this is actually somewhat supported with the next installment of the anime, the Dragon Ball Super Broly, And in this movie, Goku and Vegeta basically get manhandled by Super Saiyan Broly in a 2v1. And even combining their attacks can't do anything to him. In fact, they are so gapped in power, they don't even bother going Kaioken times 20 or Evolution respectively, and just run away to fuse. And even then they are so tired, they basically just both pass out by biting Broly briefly. It sort of implies they can't just go full power, both combine an attack, and then one-shot Broly or something. Implying Broly is probably in a caliber or a tier of over 40 times stronger than Goku and Vegeta in their blue states, which is actually proven soon as well in that movie. The reason this is important is, of course, Broly fights Frieza when Goku and Vegeta run away, and they attempt to fuse and actually fail at fusing twice. Since each failure would last 30 minutes, that means Frieza fought this possibly over 40 times post-Tournament of Power Blue Goku for an hour straight. Yeah, he sat there and got beat up by a guy that's scared.
Which is, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was honestly kind of funny. Like, I still remember the theater laughing when I saw this.
Goku and Vegeta at the same time,
For the
longer
people
than
in the theater,
entire
man.
Tournament of Power, and then some. This is why I don't find it hard to believe Frieza got stronger during the Tournament of Power. Not only this, but Frieza and Broly probably also grew stronger in that hour they fought each other until Gogeta finally arrives and then takes out Broly for good. Frieza sees Gogeta Blue and this full power Broly and decides he is no match for Gogeta and just decides to leave respectively. This then leads us to Frieza's training arc while Goku deals with the Moro arc and Granola arcs respectively. During the Moro arc, Goku gets a hang of Mastered Ultra Instinct by training with an apprentice angel named Demiris and gets the hang of an even further powered up form called the True Ultra Instinct against Gas, who was wished to be the strongest in the universe, making him stronger than Goku was before this, Ultra Ego Vegeta, Granola, who was also wished to be the strongest in the universe a while before, Broly, and etc. Frieza then comes in and one-shots True Ultra Instinct Goku, which could bully Broly and even Ultra Instinct Goku from before, Ultra Ego Vegeta, and one-shots Gas and turns him into a skeleton on some Dr. Doom versus Thanos shit. Mocks Goku by de-transforming to remind him of Namek, and then just leaves after saying he trained for 10 years straight. So, what does 10 years...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't even notice this. No, not this.
Oh, shit. Mocks Goku by de-transforming to remind him of Namek, and then...
Yeah, this whole thing, it actually does kind of feel like what happened in Namek, except it's, you know, in reverse, where Goku's the one on the ground and Frieza's the one standing and transforming back. It's actually kind of funny. I can't believe I didn't notice this.
And then just leaves after saying he trained for 10 years straight. So, what does 10 years actually mean? Can we make a calculation or implication of Frieza's maximum power? Somewhat. There's three ways to go about this. You can say, one, say that it is sort of a multiplicative thing, taking Frieza and Revival of Frieza and dividing it by Namek Frieza's power. Or two, a linear additional thing, and you'd simply add a Golden Frieza worth of power every 4 months, or 3, make a lore narrative implication. The multiplication way is pretty absurd, going from busting up some big stars to busting up dozens of macrocosms over with punches. The number would be utterly insane every 4 months, and would put Frieza in something Goku and Vegeta probably wouldn't even dream of hitting even if they fused. At that point, I'd be surprised if even Whis would swap hands with Frieza given those types of numbers. But when Resurrection F first came out and was on websites, it actually stated Frieza got infinitely more powerful than he was on Namek in just this short amount of time as well, so maybe it's not.
I'm not even gonna try to. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Let's see. Wow. Okay.
Actually that crazy. So if you think that applies to Black Frieza, then this Frieza is some kind of multiversal god entity that probably is gonna be fighting Zeno pretty soon. But I doubt that, and I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The addition way of Frieza becoming.
You know, what's interesting about Zeno, I think we've also probably seen other people debate about this. Is you know, like, is Zeno dangerous because he himself is incredibly powerful, or is he dangerous because he has the ability to wipe you from existence with just a thought? Is that what makes him dangerous? If he didn't have that, is he really all that powerful? We don't know. I mean,
every 4 months.
Kaioshin did say that, you know, there's no one in any universe who's stronger than Zeno. So I don't know. Again, it's not really clear as to what it is that makes him dangerous. Is it just his ability to erase, you know, anything from existence, or is he himself just really that strong? I don't know. I mean, we do see that whole thing where he's like able to like erase planets by using that game board piece thing or whatever.
This method also doesn't work. As we went over earlier, Frieza got over 10 times stronger from image training in the afterlife, and this image training was arguably less than a year long in the actual manga and anime's timeline. And with the addition theory, Frieza would only at most get 3 times stronger, yet he got over 10 times and beyond and even mastered his gold form. The final one is probably the most safe, and that is the narrative one. The narrative one is, how strong do you think Frieza would have to be for him to confidently come out, beat up Goku and Vegeta, and let them walk free another day? How strong would Frieza actually have to be to not even care if they survived and kept training? And how strong would he have to be to keep his insecure little personality that carefree? Frieza in his 10 years states he is training pretty much so that he won't lose to the Saiyans ever again. Not only that, but he is pretty keen to Goku's growth and even notes him as a self-improvement type before seeing any of his development, even before Super begins, even before he meets him in Super, and actually accurately gauged how long it'd take for him to be stronger than him given the time frame. Despite Goku getting crazy god power-ups nobody reading this series ever would have imagined. Frieza called it pretty accurately. Here, he does it again, more than likely. Stronger than any Saiyan, by the way, means he is accounting for Broly, Gohan, Vegeta, Kefla, Goku, and potentially even Gogeta.
Well, the interesting thing about Gohan is that it's
He is accounting for Broly, Gohan.
Well, okay, so the interesting thing about Gohan is I don't think Frieza knows that Gohan has this insane ability to grow at such a quick rate, and even faster than Goku. That's the interesting thing. Like, he's so focused on Goku and Vegeta that well, now you can probably add Broly into the mix. I think he's so focused on them that characters like Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, he doesn't even think about them because he doesn't know that hybrid Saiyans actually grow quicker in strength than even full-blooded Saiyans. Which is interesting, and I wonder if maybe that's probably, well, maybe not, if I'm being honest. Most, like 90%, there's a 90% chance this isn't going to come into the future, in the future of the series. But I wonder if maybe that's probably going to come into play. Like, maybe he accounted for Goku and Vegeta, but he didn't account for Gohan. He didn't account for Goten and Trunks, the hybrid Saiyans, because to him, they're probably just, oh, you're just half breeds or whatever. Like, you're not even worth my time. Like, the only people I should be worried about are Goku and Vegeta, and he doesn't know about Gohan in the new movie and his new transformations, new power up, and how strong he actually is now. I don't know. We'll see.
Vegeta, Kefla, Goku, and potentially even Gogeta. Him being stronger than Broly is a given. Even Goku and Vegeta are the strongest and second strongest in the universe before any wishes are made in the Granola arc and all the promotional material for that arc. And question who could be stronger than them to Whis and Beerus, despite Broly obviously existing and being mentioned before. Broly isn't really the interesting part of this equation. Kefla is somewhat interesting, giving her insane potential that Frieza would have definitely analyzed, but probably not a huge factor. And Goku and Vegeta, even with their Ultra Instinct forms that Frieza predicted they'd master eventually, gets one-shotted. Gohan is a bit more interesting, as if Frieza can read Gohan like he can all the other Saiyans as accurately as he does, he may have actually prepared himself for an eventuality like Beast Gohan as well. But that is far more up in the air. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Frieza noted Gohan's potential, however, and as a child, when he was seeing all his explosive potential numerous times, and
that's true.
Top, he would have seen it as well. However, the most interesting one is obviously Gogeta.
Well, again, the thing about that is, yeah, he did see it in the TOP, but he also saw that he wasn't anywhere near as strong as Goku and Vegeta, so you could also legitimately argue that maybe he probably thought that, okay, this guy can grow strong, but maybe not stronger than Goku and Vegeta, because I don't think he's ever seen Gohan, like, when he's far surpassed Goku and Vegeta in power, like, he completely left them in the dust, which would tell him that, oh, he's probably one I should really look out for, because if this guy can leapfrog even them in power, then maybe he's one that I need to watch out for. But Frieza's never outright seen Gohan actually surpassed Goku and Vegeta in power. Yeah, he did bring up that in Namek he saw how, like his emotions can make him grow stronger in power, but he's never seen it get to the point where it causes him to be stronger than the people that he hates the most, that being Goku and Vegeta. Again, it's just something that I think is interesting to talk about.
Vegeta and Frieza training to fight a Goku and Vegeta fusion rather than them individually, which is why he went so overkill on his training. Frieza, of course, wants to be the strongest in the universe, and while he sees Goku and Vegeta as probably fun rivals to fight with, which was even implied during Namek, let alone by the end of Super, where he is just wishing to be taller and stuff, but for him to spare them in that moment is either a huge character change, or B, extreme confidence. If he wants to be the strongest in the universe, he has to know that Goku and Vegeta's trump card is, in fact, Gogeta, and that fusion he watched and experienced firsthand. Not only this, but he seems to have gauged that Goku and Vegeta would probably master their instinct powers by this point, at least Goku being able to use the white form. Meaning, this dude Frieza may have been training for a potential Ultra Instinct Gogeta. Yeah, let that kind of sink in. Considering what he did in 4 months of real training and less than a year of sitting a cocoon, just thinking 10 years straight does seem like overkill just to beat Goku and Vegeta, doesn't it? Especially for someone as impatient, egotistical as Frieza, dedicating himself for that long of time.
Oh, sorry about that, guys.
Frieza was preparing for a blue Gogeta, which I'm gonna be honest, I really think it would be an instinct one.
Sorry, I forgot to silence my phone.
Equal trump card to Vegeta Blue, and while Vegeta Blue made of the same Goku and Vegeta is probably stronger or slightly stronger than Gogeta Blue, Vegeta Blue in the manga is as strong as Beerus even during the Goku Black arc, let alone a post.
I keep forgetting the manga is actually called Vigoroth, not Vegito.
Ultra Instinct Gogeta. If this is the case, Frieza may have not only been training to face Gogeta,
which is
perhaps
weird because in the anime they call him Vegito, not Vigoroth, even though that's the name that Toriyama gave him in the manga, but they keep going with Vegito, so okay.
As well, even Beerus, who actually directly threatened to destroy him if he trains and becomes so strong he tries to kill Goku and gang again. All in all, I personally think Frieza is going to be a next level fusion level combatant in my personal opinion at the minimum, and I think everything really points to it. It'd be really disappointing if Goku and Vegeta can simply surpass him again with a little training arc and that was that. But hey, maybe I'm being too hopeful. As a last point,
yeah, it is Dragonball, so
Frieza actually spared Goku and Vegeta because he couldn't win a fight against them at that moment. I'm not joking. But not only did Frieza one-shot a guy already stronger than both of them, who actually went Berserker amped on top of being stronger than them before that amp, but he then one-shot Goku and Vegeta out of their forms into base while sparing them, to the point that they were on the ground and couldn't even move. All Frieza would have to do is just sort of death beam them or blink at them, and then they would just die. And even if Granola tried to step in, he would just get one shot as well. So I don't really know what this argument is. But even then, I would say Frieza, rather than thinking he'd lose, simply spared them because he sees them as entertainment, which was implied during Namek, or spared them out of extreme confidence to show his new power was really a different level, or at the absolute bare minimum, if you think he was scared of something, it would be because he was scared of the threat of Beerus trying to get maybe revenge or eradicating him if he took out Goku and Vegeta. Other than
that is true. I mean, I think I did bring up in my review that the thing that didn't really make sense to me is that he didn't kill Goku and Vegeta. But I guess if he, because I think if I'm being honest, I did kind of forget about that. He probably did think that, Beerus would be pretty pissed off if he killed Goku and Vegeta, and as strong as he is, Beerus is someone who keeps his true power is one that we don't know. So maybe he thought that probably as strong as I am, I may be stronger than them, but I probably shouldn't underestimate Beerus. I don't want to accidentally bite off more than I can chew, which is something he is known to do. So you could say that maybe he did finally learn from his mistakes in the past, where he should know his limits, because that's been the one thing that always kind of ended up screwing with him. So hey, you never know.
Strong we can hypothesize Black Frieza is at the moment. I tried to go over every little detail, but what do you guys think? Remember, it is Frieza we're talking about, and 10 years of training on top of that, but otherwise, until next time.
All right, so I think that's the end of the video. Yeah, okay, so there it is, guys. Just take these off. Put my headphones aside. All right, so that is the video. So again, it is an interesting discussion to have. I mean, we know he is stronger than Goku and Vegeta. That much is pretty much obvious, but how strong is he? Again, like, he trained for 10 years. This dude in 4 months went from being like Namek level to like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan level, which is crazy. So 10 years of that would make this guy like insanely powerful. And I do like that he brought up that the fact that he probably was thinking or taking into consideration characters that are not Goku and Vegeta. Like, you've got Broly, you've got Gogeta, and he probably took into account that maybe they have other fusions, like maybe because, oh yeah, he did see Kefla, so he does know about Potara fusion. So he probably thinks that Goku and Vegeta do have Potara fusion. And then there's well, I think I brought up Broly. Yeah, there's Broly, and then, you know, probably took into account Gohan. Maybe he's also taking into account Goten and Trunks because they are hybrid Saiyans like Gohan. So if he probably knows that if Gohan could get so strong at such a young age, you know, to the point where he could actually damage Frieza, you know, not enough to do any real damage, but the fact that he was able to damage him at all is something that should probably, like, you know, is probably something that he remember that, okay, yeah, maybe this kid is probably one that I should watch out for. And even though in the in Resurrection F and in the TOP, like, he saw how strong Gohan was, but he noticed that he wasn't as strong as Goku and Vegeta. Well, that's, I mean, it's kind of debatable, but he probably saw like Goku and Vegeta go into their like blue evolution and Ultra Instinct and probably thought that, okay, like, these are still the ones that I need to watch out for. And Gohan is, yeah, he's gonna possibly be a threat, but maybe not as much of a threat as those two. I don't know, again, it's just something that I think is interesting to talk about. But guys, let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section down below. And before we wrap up the video, I want to address one thing, a question that I got in the comment section of my most recent video, at least as of the recording of this video. I was asked what happened to the reactions to Totally Not Mark's Naruto review, and I'm going to let you know that I'm going to tell you here, but I should have already made a community post by then giving you guys an update. But the reactions are going to come. It's just that I decided to take a break from that a little bit and get to some of the other reactions that I have, and then once that's done, I'll go back to picking up where I left off with Mark's Naruto review. So those will definitely come back, don't worry, they're not going anywhere. He also has other videos where he reviewed other series that I'm curious to watch here with you guys, and you know, just discuss them with you guys, where he reacted to Hunter x Hunter. Definitely want to see his opinion, definitely want to react to it here on this channel and discuss it with you guys. And I also saw his post talking about how he's going to go over Bleach, and definitely looking forward to seeing those with you guys here on this channel. But if you have other videos you want me to watch and react to, give my opinions on, as always guys, just let me know about them in the comment section down below and I will get to them. But before you recommend something to me, I feel like I should probably let you know that just check to see whether they're okay with the reactions or not, because I don't want to react to someone's content if they're not okay with, you know, people reacting to it. So just make sure that they are okay with reactions before you recommend them, because again, I don't want to react, like I said, I don't want to react to anyone's content if they are not okay with that. So just like, make sure that they are okay with reactions. And while you're here, consider leaving a like, sharing this video guys out there, hit the subscribe button if you're new, please ring the bell for notifications, because YouTube's notification system is still kind of broken. So make sure to click on all notifications to be notified whenever I post a new video. And I hope to see you guys for my next reaction. Bye for now.